Okay. Well, I guess big thing is how pleased are you to get the win? I guess after lean couple of weeks, and especially after the last 2 weeks where you weren't very happy, weren't pleased with how the team was performing.
Yeah, really pleased. More so with the way we went about it. I thought you get to quarter time and we're able to put in place what we'd trained now for a week or two. We got a little bit more of our game back that we saw earlier in the year, and that was really pleasing. Our young group were able to do that with limited training and a challenging week. So really pleased for them, proud of what they put out there. I hope everyone back home enjoyed the game, because it's a pretty tough time. We're in an Erie stadium playing with no one here, but we made sure our guys knew how many people would be watching back home and the support we'd have, in every lounge room back in Adelaide. Maybe not some of the Port Adelaide lounge rooms, but we know the support we get back there. It's huge. So I hope everyone enjoyed that one. We put on a performance that we're proud of, and we get a result. We get a win, which is what we're trying to do.
Do you have to, I guess, on Friday, you said, you'd been kind of maybe looking at putting Lairdy forward of the ball because he's had, he's played all this year in the midfield. I mean, after that, do you have to kind of rethink that? I mean, given the game that he had tonight?
You don't want to take that weapon away from around the footy. It's something that we'll continue to look at. And we had the conversation during the week, Lairdy and I, and he's more than open to it. He knows how long the season can be, and he's an ultimate professional when it comes to the work he does during the week to prepare himself. And you'd be amazed at how bruised and battered he is now, because he goes so hard at the footy. But again, tonight was even another level up again on the performances we've seen all year. He was outstanding in the midfield, ultimate first possession player, and he does everything he can for the team. So we will continue to look at the role and whether we're able to look at him ahead of the ball a little. He kicked 2 goals today, I believe, as well. So that was really pleasing for him.
Yeah, it just seemed that as well as, he's gotten a lot of the ball this year every game, but this game he actually seemed to have a real influence on the scoreboard, not only through those 2 goals, he had about 10 store involvements as well.
Yeah, and that comes back to not just Lairdy. He was outstanding, as I said, but that's the team. That's the team connecting. Playing the football that we have shown earlier this season, releasing the shackles a little bit. It was never our intention to take speed off the game. Sometimes you play against opposition that are really strong in that area of taking the speed out of it. But we did really well tonight in some key areas of moving the footy, and that helps our midfielders get involved. It helps us shape the ground and open space up for them to work into. And I thought Lairdy, he was one of many tonight that played, an important role in a great team win.
Nixie, congratulations on the win tonight. You sort of touched on it there about the ball movement, how it's been a bit slow and, sideways the last few weeks. How did you come about, or, where did it come from, the run on, the handball, the extra movement that happened tonight? Where did that come from?
Well, it's been there. It's been there for a fair bit of the season. We dropped away probably the last month or so, and that can come when you're working on parts of your game. And if you look at some key stats in the game, we're scored on from turnover right throughout the years. It's been our Achilles heel. It's been the one that's hurt us a fair bit, and sometimes that comes with taking a little bit more risk on the game. But our guys like to play a fast game. They like to get running. We've got, that's our DNA. Our DNA is to get out and take the game on. So, as coaches, we're mindful of not overcoaching the side, and we're also mindful of trying to help them get a more balanced game, and that's what we've been looking to do. Sometimes the needle moves more in one direction than you'd like, and conversations, training, drills, different areas we continue to work on allow you to take it back to where you'd like it to be. And I thought, it's a credit to our group tonight. I thought they were able to implement a game or a style of footy that, we have seen earlier in the year. We've lost it slightly, but we got it back tonight. Really pleased for
them. What did you make of Billy Frampton's performance tonight?
Again, to play in a win, from his point of view, and in a different position, we were really pleased. He's going to continue to learn how that I guess, what's involved to get it done down back. And he made some mistakes tonight. We'll go through those. We'll learn from them. A number of other backs did as well, and that's part of developing as a group and becoming a better team, becoming better individually. You learn from those mistakes. But we're really pleased with what we saw from Billy last week at a lower level, and tonight he stood up again, and that was a challenge. He had some really high quality, key forward opponents tonight, and he was involved in a great team win, which was really pleasing.
He did do some nice things there tonight. Do you think he showed enough that suggests that he could make that full-time transition to defence?
Oh, I think it's it's one of those things. It's only a matter of time. We've got to see how he goes over a period of time. We get a chance now for him to play another month of football, possibly if the team. We like to keep the team as is. If they're performing as a team and they're winning, well, you like to make as least amount of changes you can. We're going to have some pressure from below, which is a really good thing. We manage Riley Thilthorpe at the moment, so he'll be knocking on the door saying, "I'm ready to come back." But from Billy's point of view, there is time now for him to show, and he'll need to do that. He'll need to show us consistency and continue to improve. And I guess less mistakes as the game plays out. He's going to be a quality player.
Matty, you've conceded I think about 59 inside 50s tonight, which is clearly not ideal, but just your thoughts on how your defence was able to stand up?
Yeah, again, it's probably one of those areas we take the game on a little more and we take a few more risks. We made some poor decisions at times, but I'm overall really pleased that those poor decisions, unfortunately, can result in a number of repeat inside 50s, and the number just ticks over and over. But I thought, down back, Tommy Duday and Butts down there. Will Hamill, I thought, had a really strong game. So we're really pleased that our backs are able to hold up at this point. When you're having sort of 50 or 60 inside 50s, we are putting them under a little bit too much pressure. But on the whole, you've got to be pleased as a group when your backs are able to stand up.
I think you've been asked about it, and there's a bit of chatter about with the fans at this time of year. They start to look at gun youngsters in the draft and all the rest of it, and Jason Horn. I mean, what do you say to fans that are sort of eyeing off which gun kids you can get rather than perhaps fighting out the season?
Well, everyone's eyeing them off. They're great footballers, and there's a lot of them there. There's a lot of playing in Victoria. Horn's obviously a fantastic player, but we're building a winning culture. That's what we're after. It's taking us time, and these things do take time, but that's what we're about. We're here to win games of footy. Tonight was one where we come off the ground, heads held high. We got the job done that we're here for. We're not here to come second. So what you do is you look at the draft, and part of that is adding to the group over the years. You're looking to get the best talent in that you can. That's every club. Our plan at the moment is to win. We've got 4 more to go. We'd love to win 4 more games.
Are there things about, a style that you're looking for the next 4 weeks, or is it more just about results for you?
Oh, no, it's the way we do it. It's the way we go about it. I mean, results are the outcome, really. As I said before, we played a style of footy tonight that's our style of footy, and we've still got a lot of room for improvement. We weren't quite at our best in the contest. I would say they beat us in around the contest tonight for most of the night. Out-tackled us. We missed too many tackles. I don't want to be negative on the result, but we're always about getting better. And that's probably the most pleasing part is it wasn't perfect tonight, but we got the result that we were after, and we'll continue to improve. The part of our game that stood out, and I think that everyone's probably looked at and been a little critical, as we have over the last couple of weeks, has been our offence. We were able to move the ball a little faster, give our forwards an opportunity, get our midfielders into the game as well. So, really pleasing for such a young group to do that in a week, especially when we're on the road. And we trained out at Essendon during the week. We trained on the MCG Wednesday night. It was a different week, and our young group embraced that and came out and performed tonight, which was great.
And is there any clarity about what the week looks like for you moving forward, and whether you guys will be able to return to South Australia?
Not at this point, no. Unfortunately, it is what it is. We've, South Australia is doing really well at the moment. I don't want to speak too early on that, but we'd love to see them come out of lockdown purely for all the people back in SA. maybe on Tuesday. That was the plan. But again, it's all about numbers. We wake up each morning, we have a look at the numbers, and we keep our fingers crossed that we can go back to something that almost resembles normal footy, or normal life. But at this point, we don't have a lot of clarity. We're flexible. We're ready to play wherever we're needed.
What kind of role can Harry Shelburne play in the midfield, not only for the last 4 games of the year, but going forward?
Yeah, he finished the game off really well tonight. I mean, he was a standout in that last quarter. Harry's doing some fantastic work on his game. He's embracing different roles that we've put him in. He's had a couple of different roles over the last month, and he's really added to his game. He's fantastic with the footy in hand, so he's a very good decision maker. He uses the ball well. What we're trying to do with Harry is add basically a more roundness and completeness to his game. He's embracing that. So, for such an inexperienced player to be performing the way he is, it's not yet consistent across 4 quarters every week. But I guess our hope is that he continues to improve, and we see that come as he plays 50 and 100 games going forward.
And how's Lockie and Rory as well? I guess given he's had issues with his eye, is there any concerns around his? I think it was a poke that he got in the eye.
Yeah, talking to him post game, Sloan, he's really confident. There's no issue there. And with Murph, that unfortunately is the ankle he had surgery on. So that's concerning for us. We've got fingers crossed around that, but it didn't look good. He tried to push through, and unfortunately, it's just one that we're fingers crossed now. We're fingers crossed that it's not something that he'd had before and with the syndesmosis.